I feel that building LEGO sets with someone else is severely underrated as a social activity, despite LEGO's best efforts in making it a thing by stating in product boxes the number of people who could be building different parts of a LEGO product at the same time. Now, these icons aren't shown in every LEGO set that could be shared with someone else, so in this video I'm covering my favorite LEGO sets to co-op, as well as workarounds for products that at first sight don't look so shareable. Winter Village sets are designed having families in mind, and what that means is that with every new release, a few different instruction booklets will be included inside the boxes, with the larger builds being aimed at adults, while the smaller and simpler builds are designed with kids in mind, despite the age markings in the box. The scenario LEGO has in mind for these is parents building a set together with their child during Christmas time. This year's Alpine Lodge as the outhouse, lake and snowmobile as the kids' appropriate builds, or last year's Holiday Main Street set having the tram stop and Christmas tree for that purpose. This one goes one step further as the two buildings and the tram all have their own separate instruction booklets, so up to 4 people could be building this at the same time. Tales of the Space Age is another somewhat rare instance of a LEGO set with 4 separate instruction booklets, making it the perfect shareable set for a quick cooperative build. The different space postcards aren't that big or complex to put together, and the price of the product at $50 makes it an affordable first-time experience for a different Sunday afternoon program. Next up, I'll highlight the Jazz Quartet, that, as the name suggests, is also great for 4 people. The build is divided into the 4 different jazz musicians, each of them having its own set of building instructions. My favorites were the drummer and the pianist, so if you're sharing this set, keep one of those two for you to build. LEGO Ideas completely nails these kind of shareable products, and the third I'm highlighting is no different, the somewhat recent Insect Collection that, once again, features separate instruction booklets for each of the 3 main insect display bases. The box, however, as opposed to the one from the Jazz Quartet, does not feature the multi-person build icon on the corner, which is a shame. The last LEGO Idea set I'm highlighting is the Viking Village, one that is somewhat perfect to share with 2 more people, as the build itself is split into 3 different sections. Now, with this one, there's only one instruction booklet included, so to successfully share this with someone else, you'll need to do this simple workaround, which is downloading the PDF instructions from LEGO's website to your device. So while someone is using the paper instructions, up to 2 people could be using the PDF files on a mobile device, tablet or computer, and head over to page 70 for the Viking Village middle section, or page 144 for the Watchtower parts of the build. Keeping the video on classic LEGO themes, the Eldorado Fortress for the pirate fans is the next one. This whole set is built under a modular system that lets you rearrange different parts of the build to your liking, and what that means for the purpose of the video is pretty obvious. This particular product has 4 different instruction booklets, though there's the potential of sharing these with 6 people. The first booklet includes the Imperial's ship and pirate's rowboat, the second book the main entrance section, but the third and the fourth books each have 2 separate sections of the fortress, so if you do the workaround of downloading the PDF instructions, 6 different people could be building this set independently, which I think is the most out of every LEGO product I'm showcasing in this video. The Lionites Castle, considered by many one of the best LEGO sets of 2022, also makes the cut, as the build itself consists of 2 distinct sections, with each of them having its own separate instruction booklet. The halves of the model are such massive builds that they could have been sold as standalone products, and despite this one being great to share, I would personally build the Lionites Castle alone if I were you. Every little detail, function and building technique is so good that it would be a shame not to experience it yourself. Now, if you're looking for something significantly smaller, cheaper and different than regular LEGO builds, the Succulents from the Botanicals collection is kinda perfect for that. The set can be split into 9 different flower pots, rearranged as you see fit due to the connection points included, and all of the 9 builds are bundled together in groups of 3, with each of them having their own booklet. The Hogwarts Express might not be the most popular of LEGO products due to the weird custom scale LEGO terrain fans don't often use, or the price price tag of $500 that most fans cannot justify to pay. But regardless of all of that, the build itself is made out of 5 different parts: the locomotive, the tender, passenger wagon, train platform and train tracks, each having their own booklet except for the tender and train tracks bundled in the same one. The passenger carriage and the locomotive are particularly great builds with lots of awesome building techniques, so if you're sharing this one, those should be your picks. The recently released Gringotts Bank is another massive product having 2 distinct sections: the bank part of the build and the underground vaults section, with some very cool play features to be had. Both of these sections are so big that there's 2 different booklets for each of them, though that doesn't mean 4 people can build this. However, 3 can, as the underground is made out of 2 larger sections that are built independently before being connected together at later stages of the second instruction booklet. Something somewhat similar can be seen on the new Disney Castle set. There's 2 main parts to this one: the outer section with the castle walls, blue roofs and entrance gate, and then the inner section for some of the interior rooms and details. There's 3 booklets to this set, with the first 2 being used for the larger build, whereas the third one is used for the taller build, if you can tell them apart from each other, as they're not numbered or illustrated differently in some shape or form, weirdly enough. One of my favorite LEGO sets of 2023 is Rivendell, and one that I would be extremely unwilling to share because, as is the case with the Lion Knight's castle set, every little detail and building technique is simply outstanding. If you do end up sharing the model, know that up to 3 people can build this at the same time, since the build is split into 3 different sections and each of them has its own building instruction booklet. It's really hard to name my favorite since all of them add amazing details and techniques, but the more I think about it, I would let the third section go at the cost of just missing the amazingly looking gazebo, and the middle one because the detailing behind the council is far too repetitive to build, so if you're sharing, take the first one to yourself. Modular buildings are weird because they change the way things were done throughout the years. There's 2 particular sets, the retired pet shop and the soon-to-be-retired bookshop, as the only modulars made out of 2 separate buildings, with each of them having their own set of instructions. Every other modular from Cafe Corner all the way to Parisian Restaurant have 2 to 3 instruction booklets, usually matching each of the floors, but from Detective's Office onwards, modular buildings only have 1 instruction booklet, despite having clear sub-builds that could be done independently by other people. Not to worry, as the PDF instructions downloading workaround is our friend, and so every modern modular building can be shared by at least 3 people. And now my all-time favorite LEGO set will finish this list off: the Titanic. Its perfection goes beyond the amazing building techniques and experience, but extends beautifully for the purpose of this video, in the sense that not only does the build is split into 3 different sections like many of the sets previously featured, but each of these sections has its own independent box of bags of pieces, independently packed building instructions, and each of them even has its own brick separator. A piece that only ever shows up once per product, no matter the size. That's how special this one is. All of these products are logistically easier to share, but nothing really stops you from building the same steps using the same book with someone else. I've done it plenty of times and it's still great. 2 different boxes for 2 different people building at the same time also works, but my main point is, don't do it alone.